Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of some of our favorite shows. Tonight, of course, it's Friday night, so y'all already know we about to get into this Ready to Love, y'all. This episode was a whole mess. Okay, this is season 5, first of all, episode 10. Better late than never, which is not true for this episode, okay? It's not true. Before we get into the video, please click that thumbs up button, y'all. It don't hurt you to do it. Also, please click the subscribe button. I know you guys are enjoying these videos. Support me, please, and click subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Also, comment. Love to read y'all's comments. Y'all are funny. And share. Shoot, tell y'all friends about this channel. If you enjoy it, tell a friend, okay? Anyway, I have a lot to say about this episode. I might go in on a couple people, okay? Just to let y'all know ahead of time. I hope it ain't one of your faves, but I might go, I'm side-eyeing some of y'all, okay? Anyway, we're going to try to go in order, but we might go out of order. Episode, the real meat and potatoes is really at the end of the episode. But I mean, it was some interesting stuff going on up and through. Okay, so let's just get started, y'all. Let's get started, okay? Because Ready to Love is a mess right now. So, the episode opens up with elimination. We all been knowing is about to happen, okay? So, you know, Sabrina brought up Paul and Tory from last week, and she gave a long-winded, it was a nice speech. Talked about how Paul's really showing more of himself now, but is it too late? And Tory, you know, he's really sweet. He brings joy and light wherever he goes, but he ain't good enough for Sabrina, apparently, right? So anyway, I'm gonna just scoot over a smidge, y'all. I feel a little out of place. Anywho, so overall, Tory got eliminated. We already knew he was getting eliminated this episode. I don't know why Paul is still here. At first, I felt like, well, maybe he really is ready to go because he was opening up. But now, I don't know. I'm questioning everybody, y'all. I'm questioning everybody, okay? Anyway, bye, Tory. I'm sure Tory will find love. If you're a woman who is ready for a man to be all about you and television on you, tunnel vision, then hook up with Tory. Look Tory up. Tory, DM me. Brandy at Brandy Yvonne on Twitter. No, anyway. So moving on along, everybody back at the house. Oh, before they go back inside, nephew Tommy says everything's not over yet. You know, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Finish out the weekend. I think he might have asked Tina to show up in that moment, but I don't think he asked yet. Anyway, Tina hasn't arrived yet, okay? That's the current status on Tina right now. In the beginning of the episode, she has not arrived yet, okay? So anyway, he says, you know, we're going to meet up at the end of the week, and so we can discuss everything that happened during this weekend. So this is about to be a turning point in the show where we really locking down connections. Everybody knows after the trip is kind of like when you got to lock it down, right? Okay. They really start trying to lock it down at least. So anyway, they go back in the house. Everybody getting down in the hot tubs. No, but before we get to the hot tub, everybody came back in. We see Dakya, Joy, and Carmen sitting on the sofa being nosy, wishing they had popcorn because they watching Sabrina and Demetrius have a little conversation. They over there holding each other's hands barely, and Sabrina saying like, yeah, you know, moving forward, I really want us to both be more proactive and put in effort with our relationship. You know, we're both, this is the words came out of Sabrina's mouth. We are both used to people chasing after us. So I think that we need to be more proactive so that we can grow closer together. Okay, so clue number 1, besides all the Tory clues, Sabrina likes people chasing after her. That's what she's used to. And you can already tell Demetrius is used to that as well, right? So I don't really see it for these two. I never seen it for Demetrius, and I don't see it for Sabrina anymore. I'm going to get more into Sabrina towards the end, okay? So anyway, she said, you know, you could be a little passive. And so Demetrius is like, oh, passive. And then she's like, yeah, you can be passive. And he's like, in his confessional, he said he not really trying to, basically, he not trying to put in too much effort with somebody who got other connections. So he not trying to do too much with Sabrina because she got all these other connections, which I guess is understandable. If you're ready to love, then you just got to put yourself out there. Like, look at Dakya. She tried, even though Clifton had the connections. Yeah, she got her heart broken, but that's the game, right? You still got to be open no matter what's the circumstance. You guys are all dating multiple people. So I feel like that's a little bit unfair, Demetrius. I mean, I get it, but in this circumstance, you can't do that, right? Also, so Sabrina is wanting him to step it up more, basically, which he hasn't been doing, and he kind of made it seem like he was going to put the effort to do so, okay? So anyway, then we see Donovan and Carmen in the hot tub together, and they're all touching each other and all that, and she's asking him how he's doing, how he's feeling, and all that great stuff, and she, they're talking about they really want to, focus on each other, and he says that he really wants to focus in on her and make that connection and all that. I feel like I gotta sneeze, y'all. Hold on. Okay, it went away. Sorry, y'all. I live in Central Valley, California, and this is the worst time for allergies, okay? And allergies be kicking my butt. Usually I have allergies all year, so it's all good. Anyway, I took my Benadryl last night. I don't know if it helps. So anyway, so she's like, yeah, I was hoping you would say that because I'm feeling that same way. Carmen pretty much done with Paul. You could tell. She's over Paul. So anyway, she's like, yeah, because I see you have your connection with Sabrina, and it's me. I'm looking at you, looking at her, you with her. And Carmen does have a tendency to always bring up the other connection that the guy has. She really does have that tendency. I noticed that. Everybody noticed that. I'm about to scoot right back over, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all know I like to move around a lot, okay? So, anywho, so they getting all cute in the hot tub. Moving on. So then we see Dakya. Lord, this was the saddest, heartbreaking scene, wasn't it? So she's sitting on the sofa drinking her red wine by herself. She's just like, like that. Imagine I had a glass of red wine and not this water. Being sober. So anyway, so she drink her red wine looking lonely. So Clifton come through in his little colorful shorts. Maybe them was his swimming trunks or something. They must have been his swimming trunks, y'all. So anyway, he's like, what you doing over here? She's like, oh, I'm just, relaxing. And so then he comes to sit by her, and he does apologize for not spending as much time with her as he had planned on doing, okay? And so I'm going to scoot back a smidge, y'all. So anyway, y'all probably tired of me moving. I'm so sorry. So anyway, he did apologize, and she's like, yeah, it was just kind of hurtful. I didn't want to talk to you when we're going to have this conversation. He's like, oh, no, I'm in the hot seat. And she's like, no, it's not the hot seat, but, I could tell you enjoy his connection is really strong, and I didn't want to get between that, but I felt like you're moving more forward with her, and I just wish you would have had a conversation and told me instead of me having to see it in my face. Even when we first got here, I was irritated, but I wasn't trying to show it. Girl, you was showing it all up in through your face, though. But I get it, Dakya. So anyway, she's like, I'm not trying to show it, but I was irritated. I was hurt because you could have told me that you were moving more in that direction and let me know. And the kid did say in her confessional, like, it's hard for her to let her guard down, and she did with Clifton, and it didn't work out, and she's got her heart broken, but she's got her heart broken many times. She's not scared to put herself out there when it comes to love, and so she's gonna keep doing that. She might have said that at the confessional with Paul, but anyway, that's how Dakya feels nonetheless, okay? So, he said, he don't know what he could do now to make it right, make it better. She's like, no, there's nothing you could do. Because there's nothing you could do. Clifton, like, what are you going to do? You can't have them both at the same time. At the end of the show, you got to end up with one. So, it is what it is. And so, she was like, well, you can still give me a hug. And so, they had a little cuddle moment, which is what Dakya wanted. And, okay, so I really did feel for Dakya in that moment. I get it. I'm kind of like that as well. Like, I'm very guarded. So, it takes a lot for me to really let my guard down and with a man and really go there. And then once you do and it's not reciprocated, it does suck and it hurts. The only thing with Dakya is that you saw Joy and Clifton's connection all through from the beginning. And I wonder, was there any room or space for her to fight a little harder on this trip for that connection? But at the same time, Joy and Clifton always had a very, very strong connection. So I don't think she ever really fully had a chance beyond the little bit of a connection her and Clifton did have. So, but I get it, and I don't think Dakya's man is on this show. She will find love, and I feel like the Ready to Love is slapping that girl all up and through her face. We had the Eric situation. She done got her heart broken by Clifton, y'all. And then Paul talking shit behind her back, allegedly. I'm like, y'all just not gonna get this. This lady's a beautiful, strong black woman. Okay, Dakya deserves to be treated right. Y'all playing with her. So anyway, so she got up from the hug because she was getting a little emotional, and she went to the bed and she had a little tears, and she probably cried all night in her pillow. Nah, I don't know if she did that, y'all. But anyway, moving on. So the Clifton got back in the hot tub with Joy. He said, that was a tough conversation, but now his energy all changed. He got a hot tub with Joy. He all happy again. Because that's where he wanted to be, okay? He probably was happy to get that over with, to be honest. So in the hot tub, we have Demetrius and Sabrina. They kind of cuddled up, but they're not really doing too much. And then we have Clifton and Joy, who are doing the most. But they make a really, really cute couple. I like Clifton and Joy together. Side note, let me know what y'all think about the whole Dakya thing in the comments. I'm really interested to know how everyone is feeling about the Dakya situation in this journey of this show. Please drop that down in the comments. So anyway, back to the hot tub, right? So, Clifton and Joy, Joy's like, I know you had that conversation. Like, she kind of checks in with him, and he's like, oh, no, he ain't even thinking about that no more. He ain't worried about that now. He good. He where he want to be. And so, then he basically said he had tunnel vision. Well, he said that on their date, but he felt the same way in the hot tub, y'all. So anyway, so they kind of all over each other, because you know how they do. And then she gonna go all up in Demetrius and Sabrina's face and be like, girl, why don't you nibble on his ear like you did at the table? And then she was like they teasing each other. And so Sabrina said her confessional, she gonna take her time and do what she feels comfortable with when she does. And Clifton was like, don't be rushing her. You need to get back over here and tend to me. I said, I know that's right, Clifton. Tell me what to do. So anyway, so they were hanging out, and Sabrina and Demetrius were talking in the hot tub about how they want to, move forward and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then we see Joy and Clifton have them a good old little makeout session on their own. Looked like they was out the hot tub, y'all. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mess the camera up. Hope y'all not mad. I'm going to try to edit that out if I can. Anyway, so then... let's see, moving forward, we see everybody going to bed. It looked like to me, now y'all drop down in the comments, confirm or deny, but it looked like to me that Donovan and Carmen slept in that bottom bunk bed together, but it's really not clear, but it looked like they might have, so I don't know. I hope that's not where they did the do in the bottom bunk bed, because there's really no room for all that. Like, how you gonna sit on top of somebody and ride them in the bottom bunk bed? Like, if that's what Carmen had to do, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that's what she did. I'm just like speculating, okay? Let me know what y'all think, okay? So anyway, in the morning, everybody wake up, they making breakfast, right? We see a car coming down the mountain. Guess who coming down the mountain, y'all? Tita. Now, Tina is coming down the mountain when she comes, okay? And she is real late. This is the leaving day. The trip is over. And here come Tina. So, Tina bring herself around the mountain. She looking like she been through hell and back, in my opinion, okay? I was like, Tina, what you doing? Where you going? Why you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you get here, girl? What's happening? What's happening, Tina? What's happening? Girl, because you late. So anyway, she's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I missed everything. Oh my gosh. Oh, ooh. I'm like, girl. And they're like, yeah, girl, like nobody's checking for her. Nobody's like, girl, is your car okay? Is you doing okay? Like, good, like, they not even, Donovan's like, yeah, you did. You missed everything. Like, that's an understatement. Like, Paul's like, he not even gonna have a conversation with her. He over it. So, Tina did ask Donovan to take a walk. They walk up them long, crazy looking stairs. And they sit down on the bed. I believe on the bunk bed where he slept in the bed with Carmen, allegedly. And he was like, what's going on? You said it was car trouble. I feel like it's something else. We've been playing phone tag. And she was like, yeah, it's just been a lot. I've been overwhelmed with the process. And she said in a confessional, it's hard to manage her business or take care of her kid and be in this process. And she feels like she doesn't know if there's anything worth staying here for with these connections in this process, okay? Donovan was asking her questions like, do you want to be here? You think you're going to stay? What you going to do? She couldn't really answer. Tina looked like she has a bad communication problem, in my opinion. She was never really coming with the answer. She says she don't know what she's going to do. Donovan let her know that the men are not feeling this. They're not here for her because of her behavior, not showing up for the process and being part of the whole thing. She don't really care because she kind of done with the process. She's overwhelmed, like she said. And so anyway, then they come back down the stairs and Tina's still looking crazy. She don't know what to do with herself, y'all. So then Carmen goes outside with her. And I'm like, Carmen, girl, if you don't quit playing. So Carmen says she's not really friends with Tina like that, but she does want to see where her head is at, and she is a little bit concerned. So no, Carmen is not concerned about Tina's well-being. Carmen wants to know for sure that Tina's going to exit this competition so that any connections that they had that were the same, now Tina is no longer a threat. That's what Carmen wanted to know, okay? Carmen wasn't concerned about nothing to do with Tina except to make sure Tina was out the way, okay? Let's keep it 100. So anyway, excuse me. So they sit down outside, and Carmen's like, girl, where you been? Like, she's like, I know I've been gone forever. And so then she was like, what's going on? You're going to stay in the process? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like there's anything worth staying for. Like, my connections are not strong enough to want to be involved in this. And I only have a connection with Donovan. So Carmen looking like, ooh, because that's her boo, right? So then she said, girl, but down into the deliberations, you said you like Demetrius and Paul. And so she was like, well, Demetrius, he reminded me too much of my ex. I'm like, girl, how? Because we met your ex, but anyway. And then she said, Paul, she didn't feel the same strong connection she felt with him down to the pool party. I'm like, I guess, girl. So anyway, she says she's not sure what she's gonna do. She's not sure if she's gonna stay here. And Carmen's like, okay, so what you gonna do? Think about it, sleep on it. And she's like, I'm not sure. Like, I could hope it's connection from here, but I'm just not sure. So Tina playing games. Like, Tina, girl, just self-eliminate. If Ace could do it, girl, you could do it. Girl, bye. So anyway, everybody get back down to Potomac, right? Everybody left. Packed their bags and gone. So we see Paul and Dakya go on a date. And Paul said, I got you the red wine because I remember seeing you drinking the red wine that you like. I'm like, Paul, we all seen her drinking that red wine by herself. You need to stop, sir. So anyway, before she had that sad conversation with Clifton. So he's like, I'm glad we had this time. I'm really enjoying to get to know you. And I feel like, it's late in the game, but we're making this connection. And you a strong, beautiful black queen. And you deserve all that. Any man that walks down these streets that doesn't see that, he needs to, look in himself. He needs to do better. You was the queen. You is all this, okay? So he's just going up for Dakya. And Dakya's like, flattery gets you everywhere. And she was talking about how she put her heart on the line and what she's been through in this competition and all that. He asked her, where did she get her beautiful looks from? She said her mom. She said her mom. These allergies, y'all. Oh, child. Oh, I done drunk all my water. So anyway, she said her and her mom look like sisters. And so she's like, don't be trying to date my mama. I said, okay, shout out to Dakya's mom. So anyway, she was like, I'm glad we're making this connection, and you kind of came out of nowhere for me. And Dakya and Paul is not a genuine connection for me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, but I don't see it. Paul is not Dakya's type. Dakya is clearly not Paul's type. Okay? I'm finna get to Paul at the end. Okay? When I get to Sabrina, I'm gonna do Paul first, then I'm gonna do Sabrina. Okay? Because Paul, you notice he really liked Tina. He was hurt over Tina. Paul want a young, ratchet girl. And he ain't fooling us, okay? So anyway, moving on. So then Clifton and Joy meet up in downtown, was it Annapolis? I don't know all the cities in the Midwest, y'all, so sorry. So anyway, I want to visit out there, though, I really do. So anyway, they meet up, and he said, you know, she jumped in his arms when she met with him. I said, you gotta go off, Joy. So, you know, he said he has tunnel vision now. He focusing only on Joy, and that's where he's at. And they start talking about how they feel for each other. They feel like they both, you could tell, kind of wanted to say the word love, but they were holding back. But they both felt like it's a stronger word than like. They both are saying they really like each other, but they feel like is not good enough. I almost thought they were going to say I love you in that moment, but they didn't. And so they want to, you know, make this thing work together. They want to stay. Joy asked, you know, beyond the show, what does he see? He said staying consistent, seeing where things go. I don't care for the answer of seeing where things go. It is good to see where things go depending on where you're at in the dating process, okay? I give people that, but sometimes men give those vague answers and all they want to do is see where it goes. They don't want to get anywhere, okay? That's the only issue I have with that. But hopefully Clifton wants to get somewhere and settle down again, okay? So anyway, now Joy I'm a little concerned about because they showed the preview of her talking to his parents, and she said after the process is over, she got to go back down to Mexico. So I'm like, girl, what you doing? I'm like, I hope you're not trying to just promote your singing career up here, girl, and you was playing us, because you really act like you love you some Clifton. I hope Joy is genuine when it comes to Clifton, and Clifton is genuine when it comes to Joy, and I really hope they work out. So anyway, they had a nice little date, and they kissed, and they're connected, so we'll see how that ends up, right? So then, let's get down to where all the drama happened, y'all. We get down to the brunch, and everybody meets up. Everybody's coming in. Sabrina gives everybody the group hug. Clifton said he wanted an individual hug. She just did a little chuckle. So everybody, nephew Tommy comes in. He sits down with everybody. He's like, did Tina come? Did Tina come, y'all? So they was like, yeah, she came on the last day. And she was saying that she's not sure where she's at about the process. And she doesn't know what she's about to do, if she's going to be able to stay in this. And Tommy is like, yeah, that's not fair to y'all. I'm going to have a talk with Tina because she needs to decide if she wants to be here or not. So anyway, he checks on everybody to see what else happened at the lake house and where everybody's at with their connections, what everybody's doing. I feel like Tommy was trying to do damage control that did not get done last season. So he was trying to get ahead of some of probably the issues and rumblings he's been probably hearing about from production and the cast, but it was too late, Tommy. You should have did that some episodes ago. It was too late, okay? Better late than never, like the episode title, huh? So anyway, he checks in with Joy. He's like, Joy, how you doing? She's like, great. You know, he's like, okay, girl, I see you. You know, you had a strong connection with Clifton from day one, right? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, has there been any issues? So then she did mention the whole thing with exes, that Clifton, you know, had an issue with the exes. And then Clifton goes on to explain, like, his issue about exes in the past and, you know, not knowing what kind of relationship the person has with their ex and how that could be an issue. But, you know, they worked it out. Cool. All right. Moving on. Then he talks to Carmen, and Carmen says, no, he talked to Paul first, right? He talked to Paul. He said he got a connection with Carmen. She's a very great woman. She's career orientated. She's businesswoman. She's beautiful. He said also had a strong connection with Dakya. She's a strong woman. She's beautiful. She's business orientated as well. He said something about Dakya that was like a kind of a better compliment than to Carmen. And so then, I don't know if Carmen interjected or nephew Tommy asked to hear from her, but she said, something about Paul. She's like, I've been waiting to talk about this one here. And so he was like, my name is Paul. She's like, I know your name is Paul. And so she was like, yeah, oh no, I know how it came up. Sorry, I missed the part. So when Paul was talking, he said the thing with Carmen is, this is how Carmen started speaking, y'all, my bad. The thing with Carmen is that she seems superficial and surface level. He's not sure what her intentions are. She always asks him about him and his dates in connection with everybody else, and not really, I guess, showing more of herself. And she's always like calling him and like, oh, so you had a date with so-and-so, like, how did it go, what did you do, da-da-da. So again, Carmen is always concerned about what the other woman is doing, right? Because she wants to know where she's competitive. Like she said, she's playing a game. Carmen's playing a game. She don't care who she end up with. She's playing a game. Carmen is a villain. She comes off as the villain of the show. One of the villains. She's the obvious villain. We got some undercover villains though, okay? We're gonna get into them. So, but there's something about Carmen I like. I think her her obvious villain ways and use of her womanly power is kind of entertaining. So that's, I think, what I like about her, how she kind of uses what she got to get what she want. Okay. So anyway, so then that's when Carmen piped up and was like, "Oh, I've been waiting to talk about this one right here, because he got all the stuff." And he's like, my name is Paul. She's like, I know your name is Paul. And so she's like, yeah, I called him and he said he had a date with Dakya. I said, oh, really? How did it go? He's like, And so he said, Carmen said that Paul said that, he doesn't know about Dakya because he prefers to date a woman that looks a certain way, and he doesn't know, like, if he would be able to get aroused by her. Okay? And so Paul's eyes bugged out, y'all. He was like, when she said that, he was like this, y'all. Okay? I posted the picture on Twitter. I rewinded it and posted the picture on Twitter because I cracked up and died. Okay? And his reaction tells me there's some truth in there, okay? And so then he began to interrupt and he was like, I did not say that. No, you are lying. And she was like, I'm speaking. And she was like, yeah, he said all this stuff about Dakya. And I'm just like, what is going on over here with you, Paul? So she totally spills the tea on Paul. So then he's like, I did not say that. I did say I like a sexier woman. I think that's the words he used. I know he said sexy woman. He prefers his woman very sexy. I don't know if he meant sexier woman than Dakya. That's what I picked up from it. So then Dakya put her church finger up to speak, and Tommy said, okay, go ahead, Dakya, what do you want to say? So she said, I'm with Paul. I don't believe anything that comes out of Carmen's mouth. Carmen said a feeling was mutual. She said ditto, I believe. So then she was like, yeah, Carmen has always been trying to, comfort other ladies, tear people down, and I don't believe anything she says, and classiness is in. You don't have to put all the sex appeal out. And Carmen's like, either you got it or you don't. And Dakya was like, this is the real, and it's not store-bought. Because y'all know how Carmen, got them contacts and stuff. So anyway, so then they got into it. Tommy is like, let's just keep it here. Let's be respectful. Let's take a deep breath. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think Paul said it? Let me just get into Paul real quick. So Paul, okay, the last few episodes, I'm like, okay, Paul, he really is ready to love. He a little different, he a little weird, but he really is ready to love. Based on this episode and his such a heartfelt fall when it came to, I'm about to get lipstick on my face, y'all, because I'll always be doing that. So anyway, the way he felt about Tina the whole time in the lake house, how she did show up, Carmen's trying to talk to him, he's steady thinking about Tina in the confessionals. He was like, woe is me to Tina, I don't want to talk to Tina now. He kept bringing up Tina so much. He wanted a younger woman, okay? And he's faking it with Dakya because there's no one else left. Now, I believe he does think Dakya is beautiful, but I believe there's some truth in what Carmen said. Now, I also agree with Dakya, like Carmen likes to tear another woman down. Like, why would you bring this up, Carmen? Like, it does come across the way you've always patterned yourself on the show as coming for the other women. However, I don't feel like Carmen would just make this up out the clear blue sky and pull it out her ass. Like, I believe he said something to that effect. Maybe not verbatim, but something to that effect. And I believe he wanted him a younger, wilder woman. That's what Paul wants. And he want to be P.O. still. He don't want to be Paul. That's why he said with his friend Chill Bill, it's a struggle between being Paul and P.O. And see, a woman like Dakya and Carmen gonna want Paul. And they gonna want him to show up right. But Paul wants to be in them streets with the young girls, okay? That's what Paul is doing, okay? So I see you, Paul. You can go. You should have went in episode 1 like we all said. You try to be the nice guy now. Try to, clean up shop. Bye, Paul. Bye, P.O. Go deliver yourself back home. Anyway, moving on. So then, Nephew Tommy directed his attention. He was done with it. He's like, okay, a little bit, talking to Sabrina. She petite, y'all. So anyway, he's like, I have connections with Donovan and Demetrius, and with Donovan, we have a lot in common. The conversation is very easy, nice flow, and Demetrius, we've had a strong connection from the beginning, and so he's like, you see any issues? She's like, the thing with Donovan is that I'm worried about his relationship timeline, and excuse me, y'all, the last relationship he was in, and is he really ready for love? So Donovan, you can tell he get irritated. he crossed his arms like, okay. So then she said with Demetrius, I'm worried about, the whole thing. One of his friends said he wanted her a submissive girl, and that's not me. I can't do that. I'm really worried about that, and I can do it, but that's not my default. That's not my first nature. And Tommy's like, yeah, that's not your thing. And so then Demetrius did say, like, with the submissive thing, like, his friend said that, but that, that's not exactly how he gonna be and feel. I think it is Demetrius. That's what it is. You don't gotta play, okay? So then Donovan did say, like, he didn't understand where Sabrina was coming from. He had a conversation with Sabrina. I guess it was off camera, is the way he said it. And she came for his neck, he said. So he said that she said that, you could be going home like the last one, or you could be the next one to go home. And so to me, I took it as like, yeah, I sent Tory home, and then I'm gonna send you home next. That's the way I took it. Did y'all take it like that? Drop that in the comments. So he was like, I seen the devil show his face. I said, dang, Donovan, the devil show his face. So Sabrina over there chopping dudes' heads down, like, dang. And so then she's like, in her confessional, like, oh, I can't believe Donovan, is acting like this just because, I said that there's something that I had issues with both of the connections. Like, I'm still going through the process and I haven't made my decision yet. And so next time he's like, ooh, let's breathe. And he says next week we're going to meet the families. Okay. So, and he going to meet up with Tina. So before I get to that Tina thing, let me talk about Sabrina. So first, I'm like, Sabrina, okay. She know how to play the game. She going through the process. She's giving us a little Kyra tease, got all her connections, not making one. She's got all, she's got the men she's wanting after her. Not really Demetrius, though. The thing with Sabrina, she's chasing after Demetrius. She didn't chase after Tory. Tory chased after her. Donovan, it kind of could have been mutual, could have been a good thing, but she's worried about his relationship status. Now, when it comes to Donovan, I don't think he just got divorced 3 months ago. I think it was a year and a half ago, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, let me know if y'all know in the comments. So, Sabrina is a whole issue for me. I thought all this time that Carmen was the man-eater and the issue. No, Sabrina is the man-eater and the issue. And shout out to the person on Twitter. I don't know your Twitter handle, but shout out to you who said that Sabrina has been the issue the whole time. She just has a nice girl image. And she does. She's very, very nice. But it's like, girl, you got critiques for these men, but yet you want them to chase after you, and you not making a decision. You still in your process. That's fine, do your process, but the process is about to be over. Like, you need to start trying to lock them down. Like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Excuse me, y'all. Okay, the sneeze finally came out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So anyway, so my thing with Sabrina is like, girl, what are you doing? Are you out here playing a game? Are you gonna just shoot yourself in the end? Because that's the tease you're giving us right now. Like, girl, what are you doing? Because you want these men to chase after you. I get it. I respect that, girl. That's what the men's supposed to do. But then they could do one little thing off and wrong. You're like, oh, I don't like that they do this and that. Then you want them to still chase after you. And the man that was still for you, chasing after you hard, you threw away, played with his emotions by bringing him a candle in front of his friend to look good in front of his friend. Okay. You didn't want him. You steady chasing after Demetrius, but swear he don't do enough, but you steady chasing after him. Donovan feels like a perfect match for you. You guys are both from Cali. Shout out to my state. And he not good enough because his relationship timeline. Like, girl. Like, what about your issue, Sabrina? What about you? Like, you on here playing. Sabrina's on here playing. So, yeah, we watching her. We watching her and Paul at this point, okay? And we side-eye on Joy. But I'm rooting for you, Joy. Seriously, girl. So anyway, and Dakya, girl, I am rooting for you as well, okay? Anyway, next week, Nephew Tommy said we're going to meet the families, parents, okay? Sound like Donovan mom going to be wilding out. We see Joy tell Clifton and his family that after the process, she does have to go back to Mexico. I'm like, girl, what you got going on? So anyway, Nephew Tommy, at the end of the episode, Nephew Tommy does go to meet up with Tina. He's sitting there trying to call her. He's like, come on, Tina, pick up the phone, Tina. And he waited an hour. Tina stood him up. Okay. I'm really wondering if she showed up for the reunion. I believe they did record it already, so I'm really curious to see that reunion, y'all. Let me know if y'all know that if Tina showed up to the reunion or not. He is feeling real disrespected by Tina at this point. Everybody is. Let's see. Also, we see Donovan and Sabrina go have another conversation, and she's like, oh, he's acting like a baby and being bitter because of this and that. And I'm like, girl, you say all these negative things about these men's, and then when they react to it, you gonna call them out for their reaction. Like they're not allowed to react to you saying negative things about them. Yeah, Sabrina, you need to fix yourself, honey. Like, I'm done with Sabrina. I was rooting for her, but I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I know this video was long, but this was a good episode. I had a lot on my mind, a lot to say. Hopefully, I covered everything for y'all. And if I didn't, I apologize, okay? Anyway, please, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will definitely see y'all tomorrow for Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? I'm still considering doing a Bel Air whole overview of the show. If I don't do that tonight, I might try to do it tomorrow after Love and Marriage Huntsville. Anyway, I will see y'all soon. Please comment. Let me know what y'all think about Paul. Let me know what y'all think about Sabrina and everything going on. See y'all soon. Bye.